Hi everybody, and welcome to the Ciao Enchanted Land mini album tutorial series designed for Scrap and Create. All of the products that I am using here that are from the Scrap and Create website are listed in the description box below, so you can just click on those links and follow along in the tutorial. In today's tutorial, we're going to begin decorating the outside of our cover. So I have my cover here, and I'm going to be using two of my papers from the 12 by 12 paper pad. The first one that I'm going to cut is this one. So I've cut this to 7.5 by 8 1/8 of an inch. This piece, I'm going to open my cover like this so that it's easier to lay these down. This piece is going to go on my front cover. Then I've taken this piece from the 12 by 12 paper. From the bottom right hand corner, I cut 7.5 by 8 1/8. This piece is going to go here on my back cover. Then I had the piece that was left over. I flipped it over to the purple side and I cut two pieces. So the first one is 2.5 inches by 8 1/8. This piece is going to go here between the front and back covers. Then I've cut this piece to 1 7/8 by 8 1/8, and it is going to go here on this part. Then I had this piece at the top. I flipped it over and I've cut my final piece to 2 5/8 by 8 1/8, and I'm going to place this one here on this piece. If you are planning on using ink for your pages, you want to make sure that you go ahead and ink all of your pieces first, and then we're going to start putting these on. But before we put these on, we're going to need to place some magnets on this front cover here and on the inside of our final flap here. I'm going to start by putting my purple pieces on and my background paper, and I'm not going to place my front piece. So just these 4 pieces, and then I'll come back and we'll add the magnets here and do this part. Now that I have these pieces on, we'll focus on the front cover. I have marks where I'm going to place my magnets. They're about 1 inch down and 1 inch over, 1 inch up and 1 inch over. Now I am going to be using some different magnets for this, but your basic gray magnets will work for this too. So don't feel like you have to use the magnets that I am using. Mine are just a little bit thicker, and I've had these in my stash for a while and I just don't use them anymore. But I like them for the cover, so I will be using them here. So go ahead and place your magnets down, and then take your front paper and adhere it over top, covering those magnets. Now that my magnets are placed, I'm going to go ahead and pull my cover over here, and I'm going to be adding my butterfly pieces onto this part right over top where my butterflies are on the closure piece. So I'm just going to lay them here. And then one at a time, I'm going to adhere them down. Now, if you want to be able to see more of the inside of these where the butterfly cutouts are, you can take like a purple marker or color pencil and color in there, because you won't see it anywhere else, but you'll see the purple behind there. So if you like that look, you can do that too. Once my butterflies are on, I'm going to go ahead and flip over, take my 2 coordinating magnets and place them on top here. Then I'm going to adhere my magnets to the proper place on my closure piece. So I'm just closing my book up. If you're using basic gray, they will stick by themselves, but here it's just making a mark on the piece, and then I just turn them and transfer them so that they are in the right orientation. Then I've got my pieces cut. So I've taken the rest of this piece here. So it was like this. And I cut a piece that was 4 3/8 of an inch. Then I cut this to 8 1/8. Now I have this piece is 2.5 by 8 1/8. This piece is 1 7/8 by 8 1/8. I'm going to place this one here covering my magnets, and this one here on the second spine piece. From this sheet from the A4 Creative Pad, I cut out the piece over here that says Memories. I have it down here. None of this is glued down yet. I'm going to walk through all of it with you as I put it on. But I have the Memories there. And then here I cut out 2 of the butterfly pieces, and these are here. I have the dream piece that I cut out and I put it here too, but I'm going to remove this because I don't like the look of it there. I might use it later, but not right there. So I have these just laying here, and I did grab 2 pieces of chipboard scraps from my stash that I'm going to put on the back of this Memories piece. I want to pop it up so that it has just a little bit of dimension on it. So I'm just going to place that here before I put the butterfly pieces on it. Once I have my chipboard on the back, I'm going to go ahead and bring this down here. And if you don't like the one that says Memories, you can pick any of the chipboard pieces if you want to. So really, you can change this up if you like something different or if there's something specific you want it to say. There are those little letters on the back of one of the 12 by 12 sheets that you could spell something out if you wanted to put something else on here. So I'm going to place my piece here just below her foot. I don't want it to be on top of her foot. And then I'm going to take my little cut apart butterflies, and I'm only going to add the adhesive into the center. And I'm going to place this one here. I'll fluff this up more once it's actually adhered down and dry. And I'll do the same thing for this one, applying my adhesive first, and then placing this one here. I am going to add some pearls in the centers of my butterflies. So I'm first just going to place some adhesive here. I'm using Glossy Accents. You can use whatever your preferred is to hold on your pearls or gems. And I'm going to place 2 on my purple butterfly and then 3 on the teal one. While those are drying, I'm going to come up here. I have 4 more of my pearls, and then I have one of the little flowers from 49 and Market. I pulled the little stamen from the center and I put one of the pearls in there. So I'm going to place these pearls on her dress where her belt is, and then I'll place the flower on the edge. I also have little pearls on each of my chipboard butterflies. So I'm going to take them off first and add those in, and then we'll come back and add all these flowers in. So I will show you how to layer these flowers up to get the same look that I have. I'm going to first pull out my teal flowers and the pieces that I've tucked in behind or underneath the pink flowers and add those in last. Then I'm going to take my pink flowers. I'm going to start with this one here, this grouping, and I'm just going to apply my adhesive right to the back side. And adhere it back down. Then I'm going to take this one and do the same thing. I'm trying not to hide my butterfly chipboard pieces too much. So I want them to be slightly overlapping with the flowers, but not completely hidden. Then I'll remove this one and apply my adhesive here. And then slide it right back down in there. Then I'm going to go back in with my little tiny aqua colored flowers and just start placing these around my pink flowers to give it a contrast of color. And I think it looks cute because it reminds me of the petals on the hydrangea. And I'll add the leaf in over here. You can vary your flowers however you choose to do so. So if you want to use different sizes or the different colors, you can do that. There is a darker, like this one is that darker, more of like a teal. You can use those if you want a different color instead of these light blue ones. I'm also going to place some of my charms that came with my paper from Scrap and Create. So I'm going to put the little snail charm down here. I'm going to use quite a bit of my adhesive to try to get this to stick on here because I'm not going to be laying it completely flat. It's going to be up on the chipboard a little bit too. So I want to try to make sure that it is adhered down pretty well. And then I've got my little ladybug that I want to actually put here on top of my leaf. So I'm just going to apply, again, quite a bit of adhesive. Press this down in there. And then later I will move this around and see, and if it falls off, I will get a different type of adhesive to get it to stick in there. This is it for my cover and how I'm going to decorate it, but you can always add more to it if you want to add more cut parts. If you want to add more of your pearls, you can add them around here. I might come back and do something later once I get the whole book finished, but for now, I'm just going to leave it as is. I've let everything dry, so I don't have to worry about anything coming off of here. I'm going to open this up completely, and I have cut a couple of pieces that I'm going to put on the spine. So from my 12 by 12 paper that looks like this, I cut, I believe this one was here, so this fairy piece, and then I've cut the fairy heart, and then I have the little dream piece that was here that I had cut previously. So between the front and back covers, I'm going to place my heart, and I think I'm going to put it in the center. I thought about putting it down here, but I think I'm going to put it in the center, and then I'm going to place the dream label up here, just slightly hanging off of the heart. Then I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to place it here in the center of this spine piece. I have my pieces on, and I'm just going to leave them as is for now. So I'm going to go ahead and flip my cover back over, and this is it for the tutorial for today. If you're just joining the tutorial series, don't forget to check out the links below in the description box for all of the Ciao Bella papers, the flowers, the cover, and the chipboard butterflies and the pearls. So everything is available on the Scrap and Create website or available in my Etsy shop. So if you are interested in following along, go ahead and click those links, purchase your products, and join me in the tutorial. I'll see you in the next video.